My third point in leading through fear is just to have a good right-hand person. Have somebody that you can, call on a daily basis and tell them your ideas and say, is this a dumb idea or is this a good idea? I'm afraid about making this decision. I mean, I've got a great integrator in Craig, and, when there's tough financial decisions and I'm afraid about making a financial decision, I have him that,
that's important.
He's a little bit more strategic.
You need a confidant, somebody that's experienced and somebody to like bounce an idea off, especially if it's a big idea like money or, business and taking risk. Risk is scary sometimes.
Who's your confidant, Jim? I think I know.
Well, it used to be my dad until he wasn't capable of doing things. But right now it's my leadership team at CAR, which is Ryan and John.
Yeah. And you've fortunately that's come around at just the right time
really
for you.
Oh my God. It's been immeasurable how much, because my virtual, council has been Traction A, and now Rocket Fuel B, which I'm thoroughly
It's all part
enjoying.
of that same group, right?
Yeah, Gino Wickman. But so those are the people that I'm taking advice from two millennials. But oh my gosh,
I think that it's a good.
It's a good diversity.
It's a good mix because, so my right hand guy is Craig, who's older than me.
Yep.
And you've got, I think you have to have that diversity in the council that you get so that, you can get those different perspectives.
I think it's cool how it was your father and now it's your son. And your son would probably say the same thing about you. Yeah. And to your point,
and I had it with
my wife. I mean, I gotta admit, my wife helps. She has a idea. She has a gut feeling on things. So
and my wife would be my other counsel as far as that goes too. And then my dad, of course.
And to your point, Jason, like you said, Craig's a little older. He thinks differently. You said more strategically. I think a different way of thinking strategically.
And more, he's more, I'm a little bit more emotional and on, both sides all the time. And he's a little bit more, centered in how he does things, and he kind of calms me down a bit.
I'm like you in that way. My main confidant at Advanced is who will be our next guest, Steve Schubert. Mm-hmm. He's like very realistic, very kind of cynical about things. He has to really vet out an idea for a while before he thinks it's a good one. And I'm like the exact opposite.
Yeah. Everything's just jump on it right away.
Everything's a good idea.
If I feel passionate about an idea, like I start building a case for it, and maybe I don't think of all the things that could go wrong. Well, he's perfect for that.
That's the visionary side
of you. But we both
you.
respect each other. So instead of feeling like it's just he's just going to shoot everything down, there's some times where he doesn't. And those tend to be the better ideas.
So one of the next points would be to, stick to your commitments without regrets. So when my wife bought Black Industrial and Safety Supply, we had some challenges very much in the beginning, and we knew that we had some challenges that were, financial. And one of our biggest clients who, very public Fortune 100 companies, was making some reductions in their spend. And that affected us, from a financial perspective. But, and it was right after, we had bought the company, but, we needed to work through those fears, make some strategic decisions and commit, without regret. And I think that's a big part of it. I mean, we actually,
did you not think that you were going to have roadblocks though?
Well, we didn't think we were going to have roadblocks so early on. That was one of the biggest things. And we always had an out, you know what I mean? We always, I don't, there's a lot of people that say, well, don't have a plan B because then you won't be fully committed to plan A. I disagree with that. I'm always thinking like, okay, so if this happens, I can turn to that. So we never took on enough debt that we couldn't get out of it immediately. But even though we were taking some losses in the very beginning, we could have cashed out and been fine, but we stuck to our commitments, and we ended up being very profitable, that year, despite some of the challenges that we had in the beginning.
Yeah, you can commit to plan A and still think about
of course you can.
Another option in the future.
Exactly. And one of the things that, I was very clear about is that like, I needed to know, like, what is that number that I need to be able to say, okay, we're not committed. So you can commit to doing it. Then you can also commit to saying I'm done and I'm going to, the fear or the evidence on the wall has been too much.
Well, at the end of the day, it's really easy. Either you're going to make money, be profitable, and have sustainability, or you're not going to make money, you're not going to be profitable, and you're not going to have a sustainable business. And then it's black and white.
Exactly.
It's just how long do you want to live in negatives, or how long do you want to live in positives? That's the whole thing, right? How much effort are you going to have to put into that to continue on? So, and that is a fearful thing. But you're right. You just work through it, and at the end of the day, it's really common sense. People struggle for long periods of time living in fear and in fear of change, and they don't have to.
Fear will kill common sense.
Fear will kill common sense. But that's what I mean. It's such a simple, it's a black and white thing.